There you go.
Forward.
Fall in.
What's going on? It's your boy, you see it, the GOAT Bishop in the building, and we have First Formation. How y'all doing on this Tuesday, man? It's your boy. I'm back from a little vacation I had. I was out in Colorado for the whole past 5 days, you'd say. Had a great weekend out there in Colorado. I was able to still catch some football, as you see behind me. My beloved Philadelphia Eagles are 12-1. Let's go, Eagles fly, Eagles fly. Let's go. Trey's having a bit of technical difficulties. As soon as he gets that squared away, he should be right here on the show. Again, wasn't able to get on the show yesterday. I was in transition back to Texas. So with that being said, man, good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing on this lovely Tuesday morning, man? Hopefully this finds everyone doing well. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. And let's all just be thankful and happy to see another day. We'll start off real quick with let's have a moment of silence for Coach Mike Lee. I think his name is Mike Leach. Mike Leach from Mississippi State, that used to be the Mississippi State head coach. He passed away yesterday, or was it today? I think it was yesterday or today. He passed away at 61 years old. So a moment of silence for Mike Leach, former coach for Mississippi State.
I'm sorry. Having technical difficulty, y'all. What's good? It's good. I heard just as I was leaving out of the had to reset my stream real quick and work to get that back up.
You know why? You see all that stuff he got on. That's why he was trying to put too much. He had too much stuff on. That's what that was from. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what God love the truth.
I gotta listen to this dude talk. I was like, I could have been my screen, my computer can shut off and restart earlier.
Oh, there you go. You back up now. There you go. He about to be back up. Yeah, he about to be back up. There you go. That's the original. There it is. But yeah, man. What's good, Trey? How you doing this morning?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I'm so feeling this. You know what? Tomorrow is a special day, as I was talking to you briefly earlier. So today, I think, since we have a day dedicated to the NBA and basketball and everything tomorrow.
What up, Eric?
What's good, Eric? What's good?
Anthony, good morning. Thank the Eagles for beating the Giants. We in sixth place now. Yeah, no, I don't want to hear no thanks shit. I don't want to hear no thanks.
He's like, y'all still got.
What up, Eric? I want to hear no thanks shit. I don't want to hear no thanks. For all you clowns out there was sitting there talking about
clowns.
Y'all, yeah, I'm gonna call them clowns because they was clowning. Oh, y'all barely beat Detroit. For the Erics, y'all barely beat Detroit. Y'all lost to Detroit. And for the Anthony Prices, all them teams talking about Washington Redskins. Look at what Dallas had a problem. They barely got through with the who did Dallas? The Texans. They talked about how close the game was with us against the Texans. Oh, y'all barely beat a team who only got one win. Dallas barely skimmed through a win over the Texans. Man, I don't want to hear nothing from all you clowns no more. Don't y'all say nothing, because we beat the brakes off them Giants. We whooped they behind. We tore their ass out the frame. Who is Saquon Barkley? Who is this guy? He didn't even show up. Where was he at? Was he on vacation? I think I saw him in Colorado with me. Hitting the slopes.
Like,
yeah, y'all know I was finna bring all the smoke today, baby. Y'all know I was bringing all the smoke today. I mean, I gotta give shouts out to San Francisco too. Y'all lost to the Lions. Y'all lost to the Lions. The Redskins, or they're not Redskins, sir. I need you to fix that. They're the Commanders. Y'all lost to the Lions. The Commanders are playoff contention right now. The Lions aren't. Good morning, Kenneth. How you doing? Good morning.
What's going on, sis? Good morning.
Don't want to hear that. Y'all lost to the Lions. Which is worse? Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. I don't think the Lions had a winning season in the past 10 seasons.
You know
But
what?
I knew, you know what? But I knew that. I knew y'all was gonna lose to the Lions because the Vikings always have problems with the Lions every year. That is their Achilles heel. That's why I picked the Lions.
I should have picked the Lions.
They always, if you look back, the Lions give the Vikings problems every season. But let's get into it though, Trey.
Yeah, so
man, shout out to your 49ers, man.
Thank you,
Brock Purdy. So who's this other quarterback? I mean, let's talk about it. What's up, man? Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, man.
Brock Purdy. That's what we doing.
Trey
Lance is who? Who is Trey Lance? Who is this dude? Brock Purdy.
Don't do that. That's not what we're going to do.
Brock Purdy.
I watched Brock Purdy play in college, so
right.
I seen him. You know what I'm saying? So of course we know who Brock Purdy is. He was serviceable in college, but of course he's like, look. So we know who Brock Purdy is from college in a sense. Right. We've heard the name and all that type of stuff. But what you would not have expected is Brock Purdy to come in. Where did Brock Purdy come from? He came from it's one of those. It's a
Big 10 or Big 12 team.
I think it's a Big 10 team.
Yeah, I want not Michigan. Not Michigan.
No, he's not from there. Brock Purdy was from
Brock Purdy was from
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Okay, Big 12. I knew it.
Big 12. Yeah. So he
beat us 1 year. He beat us 1 year.
Yeah. He
beat us 1 year.
He wasn't a bad. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a bad person. He's just wasn't. It definitely wasn't expected for him to come in and handle business like that. Like, of course, everyone started looking like, even I haven't even looked at, of course, we won't get to it today. Today's going to be specifically directed towards NFL because tomorrow we got a whopper of what I believe a whopper of a show potentially, and we're going to have that based on NBA. So we can dedicate this today to NFL. It's plenty to talk about, but no one expected, like I said, the last week or the power rankings dropped San Francisco as soon as Jimmy Garoppolo went down. Dropped them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got other players on our roster. And Brock Purdy showed up, was like, you know what? Against Tampa Bay, we don't know if he's going to do the game against, maybe it's another next man up. You know what I'm saying? We got Johnson in the weights because Brock potentially can be out. He sustained a quad injury, so he could potentially be out. Yeah, in the first half. In the first quarter, it was he sustained the injury, which he ended up he threw 3 touchdowns, but it was one of those situations to where he was injured, so he's week to week currently, but they expect him to start because Saturday we have the Thursday night game this week versus Seattle, so they expect him to start for that game. But if he doesn't, then we have another next man up situation, no different than the next man up at receivers as. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna get too far into it yet. We get to that part.
We gotta talk about your boy. Yeah, he went down too, which was hard. I was like, golly, bro, like the injury plague is horrific right now.
So we can start off at the beginning of last week, so we didn't get a chance to really cover. Actually, I did go over. So we'll start off at the beginning of this week, which puts them Vikings in the crosshairs of them Lions, as Bishop was just talking about. Putting them in the crosshairs. Of course, Kirk Cousins, 31 for 41, not bad. 425 yards passing, 2 TDs, in which that was detrimental to me as a fantasy football player because I was playing Eric. I just knew it was a 50-50. I was like, either one he's gonna go down in flames, or 2 he's gonna hold the line. And I was looking at he was going down in flames. I was like, yeah. Then I looked up and I seen Jamar Chase having a field day on his. I was like, oh man. And when Jamar Chase having a field day, I turned back and here goes Justin Jefferson. 11 receptions, 223 yards receiving, but without a touchdown. That's crazy. How you go for 223 yards but don't get a touchdown, fam? Any case, TJ Hawkinson,
that is a lot of yards. God, dog, that's a lot of yards.
6 receptions, 77 yards. Adam Thielen himself, 7 receptions, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. KJ Osborne with the cleanup, 5 receptions, 38 yards, and a touchdown as well. Um, it was something serious for the most part. Dalvin Cook, 15 rushing yards, 15 carries for 23 yards and a touchdown, which was serviceable. But it just didn't have enough as Jared Goff, 27 for 39, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's like a touchdown every 110 yards. CJ Moore,
Good morning,
1
John. Good
reception
morning.
for 42. What's good, Auntie? How you doing? Happy holidays to you. What's good, sis?
Good
Good morning.
morning,
Good morning. Good
Kim. Good
morning.
morning. Good morning, Kim. What's going
Uh,
on?
so nah, that's like that too
We're just
far
gonna be
ahead of
off a
ourselves,
big
Donovan.
contract from another team.
Jamal Williams, 16 carries for 37 yards. DeAndre Swift, 6 for 21. Justin Jackson, 4 for 19 with 1 yard, with a touchdown rushing. DJ Chark, like I scooped this guy up at the last second,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
and
did.
he was
I don't know. So he
serviceable.
got some inside scoops, man. Y'all pay
No
attention.
inside
Y'all got
scoop.
yeah. He got some inside.
Just I'm the inside. The inside
That
scoop
was
is me.
far fetched there trade. That was a far
The
fetched there
inside scoop.
pickup,
The
guy.
inside scoop is me. That's who the scoop
This
is.
dude got some
DJ,
inside scoops, man. He out here
DJ
getting
Chark,
some. He getting
6
somebody in his
receptions,
ear, bro. Somebody in his
94
dude.
yards, and 1 touchdown. Omenrod St. Brown, 6 for 68. Josh Reynolds, 5 for 51. Jamison Williams, their #1 draft pick in the first round this year, making his appearance. And his appearance, 1 reception, 41 yards, and a touchdown in his appearance. Khalif Raymond, 2 for 19. DeAndre Swift, 3 for 18. And Zylstra, 2 for 18 on the day. Of course, you know what I'm saying? That was Sunday. I know we Tuesday, but we just going over recapping. We got time today. The Minnesota Vikings fall to 10-3. They were chasing the Eagles, just wait for the Eagles to trip up. Now the Detroit Lions has put a little more distance between them and the Vikings, and while at the same time enabling them to be on the come up. What did you think about the Vikings? The Lions' performance on Sunday, Bishop, or if you
I
did
was
catch any of it?
I didn't really catch any of it, but I see
Uh
Jared Goff went off, man. He had
huh.
30 something points in fantasy yesterday, and or not yesterday, Sunday. I'm sorry. Jared Goff just did what he had to do. Again, like I said before, um, the Lions give certain teams fits, and the Lions versus the Vikings is always a game, and that's why I picked the Lions over the Vikings. I did. And I picked the Lions over the Vikings because I know the Lions give the Vikings fits pretty much every year. And with the Vikings coming out on top a lot, but sometimes the Lions just have their number. And when it just when you have a team that you play every season and you get to know that team and stuff like that, match that time. I mean, it was a high scoring game, 34-23. 220. What would you say? 223 yards.
223 yards receiving, 11 receptions, 223.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And didn't get in the
Without
end
a
zone.
touchdown. Yeah,
Didn't get in the end zone. That's crazy. I mean, that's still mass fantasy points for because of yardage, but no touchdown.
Yeah, that's 33 points alone.
Yeah, alone, right? And that without it, so he could have had an easy 40 game, 40
put a
point
40 up, yeah.
fantasy game. If he would have seen the end zone, but match that's out to Detroit, man. Detroit is not that slouch team no more. You know what I'm saying? They like I said, they give certain teams fits, and it just happened to be the Vikings' turn.
And now they're on the cusp. You know what I'm saying? They're knocking on the door. They could potentially win the next 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, they could potentially win 3 of the next 4 games they got. First up, I think their hardest test is going to be that against the Jets, who they have next week. They could potentially have a hard game against the Green Bay Packers, depending on who shows up. But I mean, it remains to be seen. Of course, what was a little more lackluster of a game. Of course, I don't know. Maybe you could have thought that because certain players wasn't in it. The Baltimore Ravens were hosted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, in which Pittsburgh even 2 points, unfortunately, determined their
To
game.
win, the
Yeah,
Ravens and the Steelers.
Ravens get the W, improved to 9-4 on their season. Pittsburgh falling to 5-8, although they still they're able to still have a winning season. It's not completely over yet
What's their record? What's their record?
They're 5-8.
What? How many? Oh, they got about what? How many games they got left?
4 games left.
Well, oh yeah, they could still. Yeah, they
Yeah,
could still.
so
Yeah.
they still have a chance. They still have a chance. But like I said, 9-4, 5-8. Pittsburgh. I mean, the Ravens. Tyler Huntley got the start as we know. Lamar Jackson was out. Huntley 8 for 12 with 88 yards. Of course,
I
he
didn't even
did end up
know
going out.
Lamar was out. I didn't even know that. Not pick the Ravens. I didn't know Lamar was
Yeah,
out.
he was out. Anthony Brown came in to service 3 of 5 for 16 yards. J.K. Dobbins came back. He was rushed 15 carries for 120 yards with a touchdown. Gus Edwards 13 carries for 66 yards. Tyler Huntley contributed 9 carries for 31 yards. DeMarcus Robinson was the hot receiver with 5 receptions, 52 yards receiving. Deshaun Jackson even got in 2 receptions for 34 yards. Mark Andrews 2 receptions for 17. Obviously, a huge drop off without a Lamar, who is his primary receiver. And then Kenyon Drake was 2 for 21. The Steelers pouring it on. Mitchell Trubisky got to start as Kenny Pickett went out early in the game. Mitchell Trubisky got to start 22 of 30, 276 yards, 1 touchdown, but them 3 interceptions were detrimental. Najee Harris, 12 rushing carries for 33 yards with a touchdown. Kenny Pickett, 2 for 16 before he went out. Jalen Warren was 3 for 11. Deontay Johnson, 6 receptions, 82 yards. George Pickens, 3 for 78. Pat Fryermuth, 3 for 33 with a touchdown, the lone touchdown. Najee Harris, 2 for 17. Steve Sims, the junior, 4 for 30. And Jalen Warren was 2 for 16. Again, the Pittsburgh Steelers gets throttled. No, I can say throttled. It was handled. They had an opportunity, couldn't make it happen. Falling 16-14 on this day. Like you said, we just knew that Tomlin's little record was in jeopardy. Potentially can still be so. Let me see, what is their Steelers record to see if it's a possibility. Can they salvage the season? They lose one, it's over. For that,
Are you saying they can still make the playoffs?
They had. I don't know if they can still make the playoffs. I'm just saying for them to get for him to continue with his winning seasons, 16 consecutive winning seasons. So they have the Steelers, they have the Panthers, the Raiders, the Ravens, and the Browns.
They got the Ravens again?
Yeah, they can play. You know, they're division foes.
Okay, so that was their first time playing the Ravens.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
they have two division games left and then 2 non-division games left. So the Panthers, the Raiders, the Ravens, and the Browns is what they have left. They need all 4 in order to have a winning season.
Ooh, so yeah. They could lose. Them games could go either way.
Actually. Yeah, so it's interesting. You'll see.
Yeah,
it's gonna probably be a fight, a dog fight. He's probably gonna be in there. Yeah. Speaking of division foes and fighting for their state, the Cincinnati Bengals faced off against the Cleveland Browns.
Crosstown
rivalry at its finest, baby. Yeah. And then Deshaun Watson, second game back, 26 of 42, 276 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jacoby Brissett did get in for 1 play, 0 for 1 for the Nick Chubb, 14 carries, 34 yards. Deshaun Watson, 6 for 33. In receiving, Donovan Peoples-Jones, 8 receptions for 114 yards. And David Njoku, 7 for 59 with the touchdown. Amari Cooper, 2 for 42. David Bell, 3 for 27. It's not looking too Smithy. You would think that the whole Amari Cooper, Deshaun Watson thing would be clicking, but of course, I think it's just
early,
like anything else.
I think it's too early. Yeah, I think it's too early. Yeah, give it some time. Like you said, it's only his second game back. I think if you give if it was a whole season and it wasn't clicking, then it would be probably something different. But right now, I think it's still a little too early. You know, being that he came back so late is just unfortunate for him. But yeah, give it some time. I think he'll be all right. Are the Ravens the first team to have all 3 black quarterbacks on the roster? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Good morning, Auntie. How you doing? Glad to have you in the
formation. You got all your family on here, huh?
Trey? Yeah, I'm getting all the love. Happy holidays.
Brown's stupid. Since Watson came back, they stopped running the ball. I mean, do you blame him, Anthony? Do you blame him, Trey? You didn't pay this man all this money. Do you continue? Do you Do you put him out there and have him paying the ball off, and you paid him millions and millions of dollars? Come on, bro. Come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. You can't abandon the run game, but I mean, you got him because he
stop
passed the
going with
ball.
what got you there? That's what the part is. Like, do you saying? Do you stop going with what got you there? Joe Burrow, 18 for 33, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jamar Chase
Is that the dude from
had
Oklahoma right there that you talked about?
Joe Mixon, 14 for 96. Samaji P. Ryan, 4 for 22 with a touchdown. Joe Burrow, 6 for 10. Jamar Chase was 1 for 6. Jamar Chase, 10 receptions, 119 yards, 11 and 1 touchdown. Trenton Irwin, 2 for 58 with the touchdown. Trent Taylor, 1 for 34. Joe Mixon contributed with 2 for 10 himself, receiving Mitchell Wilcox and Trayvon Williams, 1 reception apiece. Wilcox for 10, Williams for 6. And I guess it ended up being 13-point lead, 13-point game. The
Did you watch that
Bengals,
game, Trey?
I seen bits and pieces of it. It wasn't.
How did Deshaun look to you?
He looked better than he did against Houston.
Okay.
In Houston, it was a lot of balls thrown
really
in
had
the
a
dirt.
Chance.
He had he tried the last second ditch effort.
They really had a chance in that game. For real.
Bengals lead their division 9-4. The Browns are currently 5-8, no different from Pittsburgh. Opportunity, they win out, they might have a chance to get into the playoffs. 10-7 looks better than 9-8, but it's still a possibility. So yeah, it's no different. The next up in the game, the snow. Snow makes a difference. Weather makes a difference. I don't care what y'all tell me.
Here we go. Y'all already know. Here we go. Y'all already know.
So the Buffalo Bills was hosting the New York Jets division game. Mike White for the Jets. Josh Allen for the Bills. Mike White's 27 completions, 44 attempts, 268 yards, but no touchdowns this time. Zonovan Knight, 17 for 71 with the touchdown rushing. Garrett Wilson receiving 6 for 78. Elijah Moore, 6 for 63 for 35 from Denzel Mills. Tyler Conklin, 5 for 28. Braxton Berrios is 1 for 25 with Marco Carter, 1 for 15. But it wasn't enough. Not enough as the Bills get the win, improving to 10-3 on the year, 20-12. Jets starting to fall off a little, 7-6, still in playoff contention, I believe. Yeah. Josh Allen, 16 for 27, 147 yards and 1 touchdown. Definitely not a Josh Allen type game, even as he digresses a bit. What Cornelius said, Jets and Giants are crashing to the earth quick. Josh Allen rushed for 47 yards and a touchdown on 10 carries. Devin Singletary, 8 for 39. McKenzie was 1 for 7. Cook was 7 for 46. And lastly, Nyheim Hines, 1 for 3. Dawson Knox was eating 4 receptions, 41 yards, and a touchdown. Stephon Diggs was on lot. The weather, the elements make a difference. Or it could have been the defense, because the Jets do have a top 10 defense. Stephon Diggs, 3 receptions, 37 yards. Gabe Davis threw 3 for 31, 3 for 21. McKenzie, James Cook was 1 for 9. Nyheim 1 for 4. And lastly, Devin Singletary, 1 for 4. In any case, they were able to will together a win. Like I said, pulled them to 10-3, improving. The Jets looked to bring Flacco came in to play one down. Yeah, Anthony, true that those injuries. I think Mike White is going to actually be out potentially. It was a lot of injuries on this past weekend.
So this is my thing, Trey.
Yes,
we talked about two teams that have been abysmal in the past season, the Jets and the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we've seen the Jets and the Detroit Lions spoil a few teams' hopes in the past. What are your thoughts about these two teams who have basically been at the bottom of the totem pole for for decades almost.
So
Seems like, and now
so with the
seem like
Jets,
they're trending. Both teams.
so with the Jets, it's a little. I mean, the Jets have Robert Saleh, who is a pretty good. He was a good defensive coordinator in both Seattle and San Francisco. Finally got his shot to take over a team, be a head coach, and I guess the same grit that he takes with that being a defensive coordinator. It's the same way he leads his team, and so it's just interesting to me how now their franchise quarterback being Zach Wilson is kind of like on the back burner. I guess is trying to teach him a lesson and maybe in him humility and and owning the situation. But they're going to Mike White now, in which like what Anthony was just talking about, upset alert. I mean, major injury alert for the Jets. Mike White is expected to play next week as they play against the Lions. And so that's just going, instead of going with a healthy first round second year quarterback, they're going with Mike White. And then not Allen, I almost said Gus Fry. And then and then additionally Flacco is the backup. So that when you look at it, it's just that I think it's just a situation to where they're getting better because of the head coaching. Now, when you look at the Lions on the other half, for like the last 3 seasons, slowly but surely we've seen the Lions fall apart due to late not being able to hold the lead, and so they've been in games consistently against some of the top tier offenses and everything, the best teams in the NFL. They've been in the games consistently. It's just now the wins they're starting to string along are becoming a little more, and they're showing like we're a problem and we could be reckoned with. It's just so happened next week, what you're talking about, these two exact same teams play one
Absolutely.
another.
That's right, and that's why I said,
And one could potentially get rid of the other and end the possibility of a playoff, getting into the playoffs.
Right.
So it's gonna be an interesting game come this week. This week with the Lions and the Jets facing off against one another. What do you think of the two teams?
I mean, like I said, we've all know that when it comes to anybody playing the Jets or the Lions, a lot of people pick the team, whoever's playing them, pick them to win. However, this season, we can honestly say people have been scratching their head on when the Jets play somebody and when the Lions play somebody. Because I know for a fact myself, I've picked the Jets a few times and I've picked the Lions a few times. And as you saw this weekend, I was victorious by picking the Lions over the Vikings. I think they're a team. Both teams, I think, are the teams that are coming up. Wilson, I think once he gets healthy and does what he needs to do, or he will be able to come out there and lead this team. The way Wilson is playing and throwing that ball, he reminds me of a old Vinny Testaverde and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, Jared Goff, I think he's a good quarterback. I really do. I just think he was on a bad team. I think they needed to surround him with more weapons. But Jared Goff is that dude. I really do. I do really feel like he just wasn't the dude for the Rams. He just wasn't that dude for the Rams. But obviously, neither was whatchamacallit. He wasn't the dude for the Lions. Matthew Stafford. So it's just it's crazy. But to see these teams flourish now and become contenders and maybe make the playoffs, it says a lot, man. It says a lot. And I'm happy for both teams, man. It makes no one wants to see two teams in the NFL's or professional league continuously being dominate every single season, every year. That's just, some people feel like you just should get rid of that team, those two teams. But this year they're making a run. And like you say, they play each other, they face off next week. That's going to be a hard pick. That's going to be a very difficult pick to pick out of the Jets and the Lions. That's going to be a hard pick. I don't know. I think that's a lot of it's going to be who's playing, as well as where they're playing at. Let me see where they playing at. Let's see. They're playing in the Jet. They're playing in
New York,
New Jersey. Yeah.
Okay.
Playing in New Jersey. It's a 12:00 game. They play on.
Yeah.
Weather ain't going to be a factor for either one of them because they both playing inclement weather. So that's not an advantage for either one of the teams. So,
you think? I think a team could be used to playing in that type of environment. It's different when the environment is on you. So, like last night, I was looking at just a little break off from what we're talking about, just to give an example. Last night, I was looking at a TV show to where the woman needed a C-section, right?
Okay.
Like this woman, her profession is that of the medical field. She's a surgeon, but she was in a situation where she needed a C-section, but there was no anesthesias. There was nothing. It was like she had to be delivered because her baby was breached.
She had to do it naturally.
Yes, now, well, everything natural because there was no way to give her anesthesias or anything like that.
Ooh.
So she was like, exactly. She was like, come on. And you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you know, say, let's go. She was all for it until he started cutting into her with that knife, and she ain't got no anesthesia. She's like, oh, you know, that type of stuff. Like it was like it becomes that like, and that's the same way I see the sun. I mean, the snow in that type of environment.
Right.
Like, we playing it until
it's there.
It's there. It is like you can't see. It's hard for me to get any traction.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The ball, I can't hold the ball. My hands is numb.
Yeah.
And then that makes a difference. And now it's like Mother Nature is punching you in the mouth instead of the team that you're playing against. So it just depends. So
it's crazy you say that, right? Because I was watching, I don't know what was it? I don't think it was that game. It was one game I was watching, and I seen it was snowing, or it was the Philly game because it started raining. It was raining.
Yeah, the game before that, it was what's called Buffalo, and the Jets game was snowed.
Yes. And I was like, but as I was watching the Philly game, and they were showing the sideline, I was like, man, them coats they got, man, them jokers look warm. I was like, them some nice ass. I mean, them big heavy coats. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, I was like, oh, you know, as a kid, which most kids, especially young boys, you know, one of the main dreams are to be a professional athlete. But hindsight is 2020. When you think back and look at it, and being you know, former military, retired military, you think back and you look and you think about, man, when I was working out in the cold, I didn't want to do that. Now, mind you, you getting paid millions and millions of dollars to catch a football, throw a football, run a football, play defense, whatever, bat down a football. But can you imagine doing that in inclement weather when the temperature is below 23 degrees, below freezing, below 32 degrees is below freezing, and you out there trying to stop it, you trying to make a tackle. And now turf ain't soft. Turf is not soft. It's not. For those who have never played on turf before, turf is not soft. It look good, but it's not soft. It's not. I'd rather play in grass than I'd rather play in turf, to be honest with you. In my personal opinion, I'd rather play in grass than play in turf. Even though turf is quicker than grass. I will say that, but it's definitely not softer. But just imagine you at freezing temperatures trying to hit somebody, trying to catch a ball by Tom Brady that's going, I don't know, 30, 40 miles an hour. That ball has got a whistle to it, and your hands is freezing cold, and you trying to catch that ball while at the same time trying to take this contact that you about to take in below freezing weather. Trey, does that make you rethink about wanting to be a professional football player?
So in certain aspects, definitely, because the old mighty dollar wins out at plenty of times.
In the long run,
it becomes that situation again, like we were just talking about. Like, okay, it's like you start thinking like, that when that check is punching your bank account in the mouth, you good.
But
you know what I'm saying. But when it comes down, you got to pay the piper.
Because you got to work for that check. You got to work for that check.
You'd have played the first 15, 14, 13 games. In it's like nice sunny conditions and all that type of stuff. Now you get to the winter months, it's like, oh wow, Like I work in Buffalo. So
and I always think about it this Trey too. Like, I even thought about this later too. Even as I got older, I was like, you know what? If I was ever to go to professional, there's certain teams I'm not going to. I'm not going to Detroit. I'm not going to Minnesota. I'm not going to the Jets.
Those dice be like clack.
I'm not going to those teams, bro. Take me out to Cali. I mean, I love it, but I'm a Philly fan. But Philly, I don't know if I can come out there with you out in Lincoln, man. I don't know, man. Take me out there to California. I'll play for any of the California teams.
It's like what you were just talking about, right? It's being like, I know I have never been a fan. You know, in the Army, say maybe service, but of course we know Army for the most part. In the Army, they always talk about false motivation. I've never been a false motivation type person.
Right.
It just wasn't in me. You know, I didn't like that type of stuff. But I can remember plenty times in which being cold and being in torrential downpour weather. And you know what I'm saying? What it seems to happen is
Cold
when
and
it's
raining.
cold and raining. So what happens when it's cold and raining? Soldiers, no matter what the rank is for the most part, tend to scatter. Like they, you know what I'm saying? It start coming down and they get to breaking. And so one day in particular, it started doing that. I don't know what I was on, or I was just upset. I don't know what it is, but I had time that day. I had time. I wasn't ready. I wasn't for the shenanigans. I wasn't like, it started raining and people started breaking out. So I was like, where the hell y'all going? I was like, it's just raining. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to put that umbrella of false motivation on top of me. And that's what helped, because I was like, we going to be out here. I was like, at this point, I'm soaking wet. It's like, at this point, there's nothing that I could do except for get wetter.
Accept it.
But we got, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, let's go, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back out here.
Yeah,
and so my first sergeant was standing to the side. She was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Of course she could say huh, because she gonna go get in the Connex and stand in the Connex while the rest of it, I gotta sit up and move these, push these troops. So, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. But, you know what I'm saying? But that's the same thing of Woods. Think about how many times you had to sit up and go out in the cold. Like, I had never been in 22 years of service. I had never experienced being around light infantry. I've always been around mechanized because I was in Fort Hood the majority of my career, which is mechanized. So it's not. I mean, they have some units that, of course, have to be able to fight light infantry, but they're mechanized. So even as a combat armsman, I didn't have to do with that type of stuff. It would be cold, but I had things that could help me with the cold.
Right.
In JBLM, I was a part of Corps, so I very seldomly seen anything like that because I'm at the head shed. I'm with the big wigs, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, the general is in my company of the installation. I ain't got to do what? Like, no. We sit up and get a CK here and there. We had an MKT, but CK. But being at Fort Polk that 1 year, Bishop, in which Fort Polk is a light infantry installation, and me as a cook having to sleep on the ground, even though we're in Louisiana, it rains, it snows sometimes, and I have to be on the ground. Bishop, I had to put up a tent. Bruh, I had to put up a tent. They's like, I tried to take my soldiers to sleep inside a building that was on the side. The colonel was like, first on, you need to get your soldiers out there. I tried to say, sir, we're cooks. You know what I'm saying? That's not too sanitary for us. He wasn't hearing that.
What?
Nah, he wasn't hearing that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Those adverse, just getting up and having to get up from the cold, or even going to bed late, and then you go to bed late and it's cold. You worried about what's coming, what's going bump in the night in the shrubs and the trees out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff makes a difference, bro. And that's, you know what I'm saying? So I would rather be paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to deal with that type of stuff. As opposed to hundreds. Completely different skills. So I think we can wrap our, but I guess it's because, you know what I'm saying, tomato, when you look at it, because we're not, for serving this country, we're not making millions. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Which is backwards to me, which I will always say. But anyway.
But, you know what I'm saying? So we're not making millions. So it's a difference. So we know within our parameters, it's the same. So it's like, okay, well, you do it because as you move up in rank, you get paid more money, and you have the ability to make the decisions. Like, is this going to be me or is it going to be them? Like, am I going to be out relieving these cats, or am I going to sit and take a chill and be like, hey, y'all need to go out and do this? So it makes a difference. So when you sit up and look at it and be like, yo, it look like it's cold out there, or they running and you got to sit up and deal with the same situations because now they outside. I can't stand to have the boots on and it's cold because my feet get cold and it's hard to move, even to climb up on that CK and where this or that metal. MK, correction, not the CK, because the CK the heat, the MKT, the metal, where it's MKT, all metal.
All metal. Even the pop, to pop the MKT is metal. The handle up there is metal. The crank is metal. Like everything is metal on that damn. MKT, and when it's cold outside, you
and
do not
bulky
want to
gloves
touch
is
it.
not effective because you
It
can't get a
don't.
good grip. Like all that stuff is crazy. Yeah, it's up
Mhm.
in like I have plenty of pictures in the where I'm sitting up with a thermal cap. I got my hands in my pocket. I'm trying to warm.
Trying to find a way to
It'd
warm
be
it.
the best thing once you go in there, kick them MBUs on.
Boy, you throw that thing on. What's going on, Commissioner Myers? What's going on? Good morning.
It'd be the greatest when you cook
Man,
those heaters on and you get
boy.
to you got the size up and it's
That's why
warming
we are
up in
so
there.
loved in the field, because when it comes time, even if soldiers don't want to eat, they're gonna come to that DFAC. They're gonna come to that MKT
Just to walk on to get
just to
that
walk
heat.
on and get some of that warm. Because a lot of times, for those that don't know, I heard of MKT. That's right, Commissioner Myers. Yeah. For those that don't know, when they come out for breakfast, we make eggs to order on the MKT. For those that don't know about the military, we do that out in field exercises. We make eggs to order.
If we have the eggs,
If we so that
eggs.
so that heat from that M2 burner or
the grill.
Or the grill, it's hot. So people that don't even eat eggs come up there to order eggs just so they could get that heat to get out the element for a minute. Even if it's only for 2 to 5 minutes, that's a way to get some warmth. You know what I'm saying? Because when you cold, like he said, when it's cold and it's raining, bruh, you'll do anything to get out of that. That is the most miserable feeling you could ever feel. You will do anything.
Imagine them on the field.
Yes.
Like imagine, like I know.
And they got heaters on the sideline. They got heaters on the sideline.
If Eric is still around, and then you know what? That's a good. You just made a good point. Those heaters are equivalent to what the MBU is for us.
Thank you. That's true.
But if Eric is around, imagine what they felt.
Say it again, Commish. Tell them about it. Tell them about it, Commish. Tell them.
So if Eric is still around in the comments, that type of stuff and what you talk about is equivalent to what San Francisco had to deal with in Chicago. So that's why I say those conditions is wretched. You don't want to deal with that.
Here we go.
So of course another game happened. Bishop, you was just talking about it.
I was.
The Houston Texans were hosted by the Dallas Cowboys, in which we thought was going to be a
easy win.
After they just put up 40.
Yes. Yeah, remember how everybody them Cowboys put up 40? Who they put up 40 on against
who they played last week?
Who was that? They put up 40 on last week.
Who was it?
It wasn't the Giants, was it? No, it wasn't the Giants. Who did they put up 40 on last week?
It was let me see. It's coming up now. 50. Oh, correction. 54 on the Colts. That's what it was.
Colts. That's what it was.
54 on the Colts.
Colts put up a 50 burger on the Colts. We could barely do anything with these Texans in their own stadium. In their own stadium.
Davis Mills for the Texans, 16 for 21. Any given Sunday, like Commissioner Ryan says. 16 for 21, baby. 175 yards, 1 interception. Jeff Driscoll, 4 for 6 with 38 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Correction, Mills had 1 interception. Damian Price, 28 carries for 78 yards with a touchdown. Jeff Driscoll, 7 for 36. Roddy Rogers, 1 for 3. Chris Moore, 10 receptions, 124 yards. Amari Rogers, 4 for 57 with a touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 2 for 18. And Jordan Atkins was 1 for 18. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott, 24 for 39 for 284 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Ezekiel Elliott, 15 for 62 with the touchdown. Tony Pollard, 10 for 42 with the touchdown. Bishop, we're going to get to that conversation in a second. The Ezekiel versus Pollard conversation.
Let's talk about it, because you know what I've been saying all season. Go ahead.
6 for 87 receiving. Noah Brown, 4 for 85. Michael Gallup, 2 for 40. CeeDee Lamb, 5 for 33. Tony Pollard, 4 for 20 and a touchdown. And Ezekiel Elliott, 3 for 19 receiving. Cornelius, we get one of the first Cowboy fans in the comments in reference to this. Interstate rivalries are no joke. Texas held it down for H-Town, but glad Dallas won. Of course, I'm sure you are, Cornelius. So, Cornelius, since you're here. Oh, Commissioner Myers.
Yeah, thank you, CC.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Commissioner. I think I'm ready. I'm sitting up and getting my sparring on. I'm ready for tomorrow. Wednesday is going down. I think I found somebody to argue with me as well. But CC, glad you're here. Let's just get right to it.
Let's get right to it. Trey.
Tony Pollard
and
or
and
Ezekiel
Zeke.
Elliott. Who is it? Who is it? CC Tony or Zeke? Who y'all keeping? Who y'all letting go? Are y'all paying Tony next year?
You better come right, CC. You better say the right name, CC. Don't say nothing crazy. Say the right
Help.
name, CC. Tomorrow's Wednesday's going down. That part, Commissioner Myers. That part. You better say it right, CC. I've been telling y'all, man. I've been telling y'all. This game on Sunday, Sunday versus the Texans, proved my point about Zeke. He's an overpaid fullback. That's all Zeke is, bro.
Not even just a power back. He's an overpaid fullback.
That's what he is, man. That's all he is. Zeke didn't do nothing. What did Zeke do, bro? What did he do? What was his stats again?
15 for 62 in the touchdown.
Come on, man. Zeke gotta go. Even Mike saying, come on, Zeke gotta go. Pollard can do everything Zeke can do. We all know the answer. Who's cheaper, Tony?
Right now he's cheaper. They gotta pay him next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gonna have to pay Tony now. Oh yeah, Tony finna get a big check. Pollard all day. Zeke finally competing though. But
I'll give you that. Okay,
and I give you that too. I give you that too. But when
because he knows them dogs is on him now. He's no
that part.
That
part. He had that before. Now he got yeah. That part. I totally agree. Zeke is an overpaid fullback right now. Pollard can do everything Zeke can do. Overpaid. Cowboys have a Super Bowl if Zeke mind was right. I don't know about that now. I don't know about that, Commission. I don't know about that now. And for all you Cowboy fans, let me put it out there real quick for you. 9 times out of 10, when we play y'all on Christmas Eve, y'all won't see our starters. There's no need. So don't get all hyped up. I'm gonna put it to you out there right now. We've already clinched, as you saw this weekend. We've clinched. So don't look for when we play y'all on Christmas Eve. Don't look for our starters to be there. If the coach is smart, he wouldn't play any of the starters against Dallas. It's a meaningless game for us. Meaningless, in my opinion.
Thinking about the offseason craziness with Zeke. Zeke is only scoring on the goal line.
Thank you, Tony, doing all the. Thank you. That's what I've been saying. Think about the offseason craziness with Zeke. Exactly. But just like Anthony just said, they only bring Zeke in for 4th and 1s, maybe 4th and 2 inches, 3rd and inches. That's it. Tony Pollard is doing all the groundwork. What do you need Zeke for? You can give all that money that you giving Zeke to Tony and get more production.
Philly.
They got us on Christmas Eve. The Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm hoping Nick Sirianni is smart and don't play any of the starters. That would be stupid. We got a first round bye. Save all your players. That game is meaningless to us. It might matter to Dallas and everybody else in the NFC East, but for us, we're good. We don't need to start. We don't need to play any of our starters. Yes, that part, Commish, that part. Not if you want to be number 1 seed, bitch. We are our number 1 seed. What are you talking about? How are we not the number 1 seed? What's up, Leslie? What's up? What up? Yeah, if he is smart, if Nick Sirianni is smart, he would sit the starters. Bounty Bowl, it's the Eagles. Bounty Bowl, yeah. I'm just saying, man. If I was him, I would sit him. We've already clinched. What is the point? What do we gain out of that? What do we gain? We've already clinched.
So, of course, what has happened is even more so. Like so, this is why y'all probably won't sit, because even more so, Dallas is still making moves, as we see potentially.
T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, the whole Odell Beckham thing may and can be shut down, possibly. I don't know, but what we do know is they just added T.Y. Hilton to the fold. They still have James Washington that's in the fold. Like, the Cowboys still has a good receiving core for the most part. They just lost.
Did they really need T.Y. Hilton?
I don't know why did they need Odell?
But this is the thing. So they didn't pull the trigger on Odell. So they took the next best thing, which was T.Y. Hilton. But my thing is, do me one quick favor, dude, Trey. Please do me one favor.
Yes.
Read off the stats from Dak to his receivers again. Just or the receiver stats.
The receivers: Dalton Schultz 6 for 87,
Okay.
Noah Brown 4 for 85,
Okay.
Michael Gallup 2 for 40,
Okay.
CeeDee Lamb 5 for 33,
Okay.
and then Tony Pollard 4 for 20 with the touchdown.
So he spreaded the ball around. So that was 21 receptions, 21, 22 receptions. 24. Okay. Mm-hmm. 24 receptions. 24 receptions. And now you finna try and add in T.Y. Where does he fit? Where does he fit?
So, and I get what you're getting at.
Thank you. Where does he fit?
But what I think what happens is,
and that was even with OBJ coming, I felt the same way. Where would he fit?
I think additionally, what you also that is like true enough. So a couple of things happen, and what we realize, like in hindsight, because we're looking at it in hindsight currently.
Mm-hmm.
Dalton with a T.Y. Hilton, Dalton Schultz maybe doesn't get 6 receptions. Maybe he gets 3 or 4. Okay. Maybe 3 or 4 of those go to T.Y. Hilton. Of course, it was a situation to where obviously CeeDee Lamb, Noah Brown was eating. Well, I thought he was eating, but 4 for 85 yards. He was eating large chunks. So all that stuff comes into play, I guess, when you look at it. Because you're looking at 14.5 yard average, 21.5 yard average, 20-yard average, a 6, a 5, and another 6 in state. And that second 5, and that 5 was basically a running back who only got 4 receptions for 20 yards and a touchdown. The only touchdown he threw. Mm-hmm. So I think T.Y. Hilton may add some serviceability to him. He might fit the same role. I don't know what the role is. Is he going to be an intermediate guy? Is he just an insurance policy? Like, what is it? No different. Just like the Buffalo Bills went back and added Beasley to their practice squad. So I think it's more in the situation where more of a situation to where they're just maybe long run, I guess you could say, to be serviceable.
But I feel like you can't. For me, I feel like you can't. You can only spread the ball so thin, bro. Mm-hmm. You can only spread the ball so thin. People have already been talking about how Boy is their number 1 receiver. When I clearly said CeeDee Lamb is the number 1 receiver. Now you bringing T.Y. Hilton into the fold. Like really, bro. Like I feel like there's one ball. There's one pigskin ball on that field. You can only spread it so, and then you already got Pollard doing his thing, and then you're trying to get Zeke his touches because you're paying him so much money.
I wonder what does it say for the other two. I wonder what does it say for the other 2 quarterback. The other 2 receivers that are in their room. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Devontae Turpin and Jalen Tolbert. Like, they're still there. Why do you have to bring in another? Are we not
a veteran receiver? What do you need a veteran in that? And if that's the case, why did you allow Cooper to go? You allowed Amari Cooper to leave to go get T.Y. Hilton.
But that was money. No, that was just money.
I get it. I get it.
You don't think that makes sense? I think it makes sense.
But you mean to tell you think T.Y. Hilton is going to come out and do better than Amari?
No, not in any way, form, or fashion. But what I'm saying is, I think the upside is they got assets, or were able to attain assets by getting rid of Cooper with the opportunity to get CeeDee Lamb back in the fold and let him be the number 1 receiver. Has CeeDee Lamb played as a number 1 receiver? I don't know.
So I will say this, right? CD at times he had glimpses of the number 1 receiver, without question. At times throughout the season, has he fallen off recently in the past few games? Yes. He's very inconsistent right now. I will say right now he's very inconsistent. But again, then you look at they had a 50 point game against the Colts. CD went off, a couple other people went off and stuff like that. So it's hit or miss when it comes to CD. Which again, to me, begs the question, what is T.Y. gonna come and bring? That means now you really ain't finna get, like, again, you're trying to spread the ball between so many athletes on that squad. I feel like you're overpowering your team with too many weapons. You can't be the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all got to be the Cowboys. Y'all got to be who y'all are. Y'all can't be us. Our chemistry works. As you see, we have 3 first time in NFL history. 3 players on the same team has 10 plus touchdowns. Oh, we ain't there yet. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We still on the Cowboys. Our game is coming up next. I'm sorry. My bad.
Well, I was about to shift to it, but Commissioner Meyer says, you know what I'm saying?
Who knows what Jerry Dunn does? You have a better shot explaining him in the photo that we than what he does with the GM duties. You right about that one. You sure right about that, Commissioner. I ain't gonna lie. You sure right about that one, sir.
So as Bishop was just saying, talking about in the next game, which we was about to discuss. Speaking of 50 burgers, pretty close. Not 50, but pretty close.
Close enough,
Philadelphia
baby.
Eagles
Close
28
enough.
to 22 to improve to 12-1 on the season.
Yes.
Honestly, that record scares me, Bishop, for anyone, particularly y'all. The New York Giants 7-5-11 on 1 on the year as they tied last week with Washington, but they get beat this week by Philly 48 to 22. Jalen Hurts 21 for 31, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Sanders 17 carries for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts 7 for 77, 1 touchdown. Boston Scott 6 for 33 with a touchdown. 4 rushing touchdowns on the day. A.J. Brown, 4 receptions, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. DeVonta Smith, 5 for 64 with a touchdown. Grant, what's that? Calcaterra, 2 for 24.
Yeah.
Jack Stowe, 2 for 20. Quez Watkins, 4 for 19. And then Miles Sanders, Pascal, Boston Scott, and Kendall Gainwell, all 1 reception, 11, 5, 4, and 9. When you look at the other side of the spectrum, before we really get into it, Daniel Jones, 18 for 27, 169 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyrod Taylor, 5 for 5, 47 yards and a touchdown. Tyrod Taylor, 2 carries for 40 yards. Saquon Barkley was 9 for 28. Daniel Jones, 4 for 26 with a touchdown. Gary Bright White was 5 for 23. Richie James, 7 receptions for 61 yards and 1 touchdown. Darius Slayton, 2 for 42. Isaiah Hodgkins, 4 for 38 with a touchdown. Saquon Barkley was 2 for 20 receiving, and Bellinger was 3 for 19. Brightwell, 2 for 18.
First time in Eagle franchise history, 3 players with 10 touchdowns in a season. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and that man Miles Sanders. Let's freaking go. I don't know why you're scared of our 12-1 record, sir. I don't understand it. But either way, right now, the critics have spoken. The critics have spoken.
Type of record.
They're talking about we're Super Bowl bound, baby. We're Super Bowl bound.
So you're buying in on the Eagles are Super Bowl bound. You're buying in on Jalen Hurts' MVP.
So it's crazy you say that, right?
Or just Offensive Player of the Year.
So no. So check it, right? It's crazy you say that about him being offensive MVP because this is what they're saying right now, and this is what I need y'all to see. And you tell me what you think, Trey. The numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Yes, he got about he a little over under 1,000 yards. A little under 1,000 yards than Hurts. Patrick has more over Hurts. But look at the touchdowns to interceptions, the completing percentage, all of that, bro. Like, look at the win and losses. Like, come on. Like, why shouldn't Jalen be our MVP? I'm listening, Trey. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I have to say Hurts is MVP more because he runs the ball better. It's not just because of the runs, bro. You do see he has 32 touchdowns and three interceptions. 3. In 13 games, he has 3 interceptions, bro. 13 games. 3 interceptions. 2 Patrick's 11. That means he's averaging almost an interception a game. Come on, bro. Stats don't lie. And your team is 12-1. Stats don't lie, bro. You can say what you want. Stats don't lie.
He might be the MVP.
Hurts going to win if you like Lamar did in 2000. He should. If they give it to Mahomes, bro, it's fixed. Oh, there go Ron. It's really wild that Jalen Hurts is the MVP of the league. Why is that wild, Ron? How is that wild? I need to hear you. I need to hear that, Ron. Why do you feel like that's wild that Jalen Hurts is the MVP of the league, bro? He deserves it. 3 interceptions, bro. When is the last time a quarterback has put up stats like that? With 3 interceptions going into week 15. It's probably been a minute. Especially after everybody, all the naysayers about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts ain't gonna do it. He runs the ball too much, but he still got 32 touchdowns. Passing. Don't get me wrong, he got 10 rushing, but he got 32 passing TDs. The boy is putting the ball on a rope. If I know a lot of you haters out there ain't watching the game, but I need y'all to watch him play. He's not making many mistakes. He's not. He's playing ball. He's balling. He's balling. For you Tua Tagovailoa fans, this dude here is the real deal. Not because he's on my beloved Eagle team, but he's just that good, man. Started from the bottom, the one that everyone. Oh, got you, Ron. Exactly. Well said, Ron. Well said. Everybody slept on this man. Aaron Rodgers did it 2 years in a row with less than 5 interceptions. Hurts should win MVP. Thank you, CC.
So could a potential debacle take that from him? Is it solidified already? Like the last 4 games? Yeah. The last 4 games.
So again, for me, Trey, like I said before, for me, I wouldn't let him play like that Christmas Eve game.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Nick and I'm the head coach, I'm not letting him play that game. I'm letting him go out on, because for one, what you don't want to do is you don't want him to get hurt because of the fact he loves to run the ball. You cannot, and the way these injuries is popping up, you see Kyler Murray non-contact.
Mm-hmm.
Non-contact. Oh, he had 37 and 4 last year. Okay. Jalen Hurts is on that path. He on that path. He only 5 touchdowns away, and he'll get him. Oh, he'll get him. Who we got next week, Trey? Who we got next week? Let me see real quick. Who we got next week? The Eagles got the Bears. Oh, the Bears in Chicago. Oh, the Bears. Oh.
Soldier Field at this time of year. I don't know. Well, Philly ain't too different.
Thank you. 2 is the sentimental favorite. Yeah, you're right. That's who Trey. That was Trey's.
Don't do that. That's not
first. You know what? And I forgot. Let me do this real quick too. We're gonna jump ship real quick, y'all. Let me give props where props due. His man, Caleb Williams, won the Heisman this past weekend. Now, with that being said,
well, that's your man too, technically.
Yeah, but hats off to him. However, come,
I don't
feel like he deserved it.
Don't do that.
I don't.
He wasn't deserving.
I don't think he should have won. I don't think he should have won it. I don't. I think old boy from TCU should beat him out.
Duggan.
I do. I really feel that way. I really do feel that way. I mean, Matt shouts out to him. He did what he did. Williams only won because Hooker was injured, and that too. But
stop that.
That's part of the game. That's part of the game. Hooker being injured. That's part of the game. That's just how it happens. It happens that way. It just happens that way. I do agree. Hooker would have probably been a game of better. Duggins and Hooker would have probably gave him a run if Hooker would have been. Duggins gave him a run. Hooker would have definitely been in the conversation.
It was a landslide. He won by like a landslide.
Well, I just heard he won. He won by a lot.
Yes, he almost won by over 1,000 votes.
Are you serious?
1,000 points. Yeah, he has like 200 and some first place votes. He's like, it was a big. It was. I thought it was close. I thought it would have been close. It wasn't. It was nowhere close. The closest person was I think it was Dugan. I think Stetson Bennett was in 4th, and then I think Hooker was the fifth place.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
It wasn't close.
He annihilated the competition. It wasn't even close.
That's crazy, bro. I didn't know. I didn't get to see that because to be honest, I completely forgot that the Heisman was this past weekend. So I completely forgot, and it came across my timeline. And as soon as I see that, I said, "Damn!" I thought about Trey. I know he was gonna be like, "Yeah, I told you." I was like, so man, shouts out to USC, but like you say, mad props goes to Lincoln Riley. Because Lincoln Riley is that dude. He is the Heisman whisperer.
For real.
He's the Heisman whisperer. Because he's got that's his fourth under his belt.
It's his third Heisman. His third Heisman winner. His fourth when you count that he Jalen Hurts was a runner up his last
year. That year that he lost. Right. Because he had Baker Mayfield, he had Kyler Murray. Then Jalen Hurts was runner up, and now he has Caleb. He's a Heisman whisperer. I can't knock that.
Well, we need a championship whisperer again.
Because I can't knock that. He's a Heisman whisperer. It is what it is. So, man, shouts out to that. I just wanted to make sure I give props because what props do. He did pull out the Heisman, and now he's going to the Heisman house with the rest of them. So
yes, with the rest of them. That's it. And he puts USC ahead with the most Heisman Trophy winners for universities.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That one right there did?
Yeah, number 8. That's the 8th. They're 8th.
Okay. Too bad they didn't make the CFP though.
And he said that during he's like, I get this, but he's like, I'm not going to be in the CFP because all three of them the other three were CFP.
That's right. All three of the other three quarterbacks were CFP.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
All we had to do was win.
That's it. That's all you had to do. Beat out Utah. Couldn't do it. Any case, yes. Moving right along.
Continue on. Yeah.
Moving right along.
The Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. This was a game, of course, that wasn't expected. I know.
All I'm gonna say is Trey.
Yes, I'm listening.
Y'all, I'm trying to tell you early in the season, he's coming into his own, Trey. One, because of playing that last game on a bum wheel. On a bum wheel? What do you mean?
Yeah, he was.
You said he was hurt that game.
Yeah,
you said,
yeah.
You said he was hurt. Yeah.
But yeah, so Trevor Lawrence,
sunshine,
and you know what I'm saying. Speaking of, matter of fact, going back into college, DJ Uiagalelei was not able to complete the task of keeping the Clemson faithful in the CFP, nor being the next great quarterback in Clemson as he entered the transfer portal. Yeah, he's expected to go back home to California and probably connect with Chip Kelly and be their next quarterback. I don't know.
UCLA? Where he at?
UCLA. At UCLA.
Yeah. Ooh.
So Trevor Lawrence, 30 for 42, 368 passing yards with 3 touchdowns. Travis Etienne carried the ball 17 times for 32 yards. JaMychal Hasty 4 for 13. Trevor Lawrence 3 for 71 with the touchdown. Evan Ingram was cooking.
Boy, tight end, 39
11
fantasy points.
11 receptions, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Zay Jones 8 for 77 with 1. Christian Kirk was 5 for 45. Jamal Agnew 3 for 36. Marvin Jones 1 for 22. Evan Ingram made the difference. Duval.
As Leslie said, they making some noise.
But I tried
to tell you about Trevor. I tried to tell y'all about that.
I think it's too late for him.
You think it's too late?
Yeah. Well, it's 5 and 8.
They 5 and 8.
Yeah. Let me see what their record.
Who they got left?
For it.
They got
the Jags.
Ooh, they got the Cowboys. They got the Cowboys in Jacksonville. Then they got the Jets.
Cowboys, Jets, Texans, and Titans again. They could potentially lose 2.
Yeah.
Maybe lose. Yeah, or move all 4. Like it might not be. It's not looking too promising for them. But in any case, Ryan Tannehill, 25 for 38, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Derrick Henry back in the saddle again, 17 carries, 121 yards with a touchdown. Austin Hooper, 5 for 68. Robert Woods, 5 for 49. Tight end Chegzoing Aquano, 6 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 3 receptions for 34 yards. Chris Conley, 1 for 27. Nick Westbrook, 3 for 23 with a touchdown. Julius Chestnut, 2. Jacksonville goes 5-8 currently on the season with the 36-22 win over the Titans. The Titans are 7-6 now. That also puts the Titans currently keeps them in. They're still in the top in their division, holding on to a 3rd seed currently with that division being the division winner. But maybe Jacksonville can be. I mean, just like anyone else. Oh, Jacksonville, when Cali gets back, Jacksonville would be scared. I was looking at their core is full of players that their wide receiving core is full of players who aren't really checking the block. But now they have Calvin Ridley next year, Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones might be gone, but Zay Jones is still there. And then whoever they might not be too bad off come next year. It remains to be seen. This game, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos.
Russell Wilson got his marbles knocked loose,
and he's currently in concussion protocol.
Yes,
so he probably won't be playing this week. In any case,
did you see his face?
It was the knot. Yeah.
That boy.
In any case, it was a close game for whatever reason.
It was 34-28.
34-28. The Denver Broncos fall to the Kansas City Chiefs, falling to 3-10 on the year and eliminated from the playoffs. So now that's the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos eliminated from the playoffs currently. Kansas City 10-3 on the year. We'll see where they fall at in the rankings as we get. But Patrick Mahomes, the second, 28 for 42, 352 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco, 13 for 70 on rushings. Jarrett McKinnon, 6 carries for 22 yards. That hurt me. I ain't started him. Receiving.
Jarrett McKinnon, yeah.
Yes, 32 points and I could have beat MEB. 7 receptions, 112 yards, plus 2 touchdowns. Juju Smith-Schuster, 9 receptions for 74 yards with a touchdown. Travis Kelce, who also moved into the top 4 tight ends as he has eclipsed 10,000 receiving yards as a tight end in less than the leader. So it's almost expected that come another 4 or 5 years, we might see Travis Kelce as the leader in wide receiving yards. But he had 4 for 71 yards. Noah Gray 3 for 45. Pacheco 3 for 23 himself. Marcus Valdez-Scantling 1 for 20. As people going off, Mahomes is a beast. Looks like future jumped Wilson. Somebody say that. He's got jokes. The Browns, as we talk about, Russell Wilson, 23 for 36, 247, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Brett Ripken would replace him 4 for 8 on 16 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Russell Wilson also 4 for 57 rushing. Latavius Murray was 8 for 32. Marlon Mack, 3 for 15, and 3 for 2 yards rushing was Mike Boone. Additionally, Jerry Jeudy, 8 receptions, 73 yards. The recipient of 3 of Russell Wilson's, all 3 of his touchdowns. Marlon Mack, 2 catches for 62 yards, which was a long one, which he got the a reception for 1 yard, for 1 touchdown. Greg Dulcich, 3 for 42. Kendall Hilton, 5 for 38. Mike Boone, 2 for 27. And Eric Thomason, 2 for 11. Do you think they shut down Russell Wilson now?
What do you mean?
Get him ready for next year?
Yeah. Oh, the season's over. Yeah, there's no need. Yeah, he's in concussion protocol. To me, I feel like it's no need to bring him back. Let him focus and get ready for the next season because this season's over. Find out your weak spots and try improving that and get some looks at who's his backup. Who was his backup yesterday? Who backed him up?
Ripken.
Not yesterday, but Sunday.
Ripken.
Ripken. Yeah. Now's the time to see
what Ripken
let him play. Yeah, let him play it out. Let him play these last 4 games out. Ripken, I let him play these last 4 games out and move on from there. and focus
So,
on the.
what do you think about this, though? I see, as I said, yeah, shut him down, but CC and Mahomes with the no look passes. What do you think? If you are on the sideline and your quarterback has a
He's just
propensity, it's
throwing
not like
up
this is a.
stuff, bro. He just throwing up stuff, though, bro. Like, come on, like
That's been him. That's why I
it
don't. That's
is.
why
But
I'm not big on
golly,
Mahomes,
bro.
man.
Come
And you know
on,
what?
bro.
That's the
That's
same
just
mode
crazy.
in which Caleb Williams is in. He doesn't throw. He just throw. He runs around like a broken play works 60% of the time.
Yeah.
And that's what Mahomes lives off of, in my opinion. Broken plays. That's why I'm not
Like
big on him.
like that throw he threw to the toss he threw to old boy
In the back of the
McKinnon.
end zone.
No, McKinnon,
Oh,
like bro, like that's like something you see a little kid do on Pop Warner. Like, oh, I'm about to get tackled. Oh, let me just throw it up and it finds a player. McKinnon just happens to be in the right spot and he runs for it. Like, come on, bro. Like
like
it's not
that
even
has to
fair.
be that
It's
has
like
to be
it's not even
so
fair.
frustrating for
Bruh.
defenses. Like the
Bruh.
simple,
Because
like, yo,
you
we be
can't
having
plan
this
for
dude,
that.
like our defense. You don't, and that's what
You
I'm saying.
can't.
That's why I'm not. That's why he continues to do that, because you can't. A broken play. There's no defense for a broken play.
There isn't.
Once
There's no
everyone
such
starts
thing as like,
scrambling and
yes.
doing all that type of stuff,
There's no
it's over. It is like at this point now you're at the mercy of
Patrick the
whatever
Great.
he's going to do.
That's what I said, Ron. Patrick the Great. I mean, you can't. Like Trey said, you cannot. There is no defensive play for broken plays. There's no such thing
All you can
because
do
it's
is hold
broken
on and
play.
hope you can sit up and get it. Hope you can be in the right place at the right time.
You, he said he's the Giannis of the NFL. I just don't know, bro. I don't know what to do, man. The no looks, the toss ups, the flicks. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. And that's why he's in the MVP
And that's
conversation.
why, and you know what? That's why when it comes down to it, when you got look at it, take a real good look at it. When Patrick Mahomes is facing
Really,
a
CC.
defense.
Really, CC. It's okay for Luka to do it, but not. It's a different game, man. It's totally different, man. Luka be throwing some nonsense too, but I'm just saying. But go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry.
We'll we'll talk about that tomorrow, CC. So Mahomes, when he faces a defense that gives him that he's facing the defense conventionally with his offense, Mahomes isn't that effective. Is when he starts doing these no looks and these toss ups and running around, turning, you know what I'm saying? That's when he's effective. And he starts to do that more than not. And that's what it is. That's why, like you just said, that's why he's in, because the defense holds him and he breaks down a lot.
He does.
His play breaks down a lot, and
He does.
he's like y'all call him the great. He's a magician at that, but I don't know if that's a good thing. But he's a magician, and when it comes to when he breaks down, he has issues, and that's just what I see. And I've been seeing it since he's been a star, since he's replaced Alex Smith,
Right.
and he's stealing the church's money.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, you can't defend that. There's no defending that, bro. There's no defending that. He had 4 players on his heels, and he just tosses the ball up. And as he's about to run out of bounds, he's trying to run out. He's literally trying to run out of bounds to prevent from taking a sack and from losing yardage. And at the last second, the very last second, he tosses the ball up, and McKinnon's there to take it to the house. What do you do? Like, that would drive a defensive coordinator insane. That would drive it. Like, like, you can't say nothing to the defense. It's like, they're like, damn, coach, what do you want me to do? Coach, I did everything. Or we chased him.
Once he gets to running and scrambling, all you can do is hold on for dear life. It's like at this point, it's like
You
we
got
already know
when
what
you
this goes.
the way to stop that. I'm gonna tell you now. If I'm a defensive coordinator, to coach that, to coach against Patrick Mahomes, take away his hands. Take away his hands. Forget about everything else. Don't worry. He can do whatever he wants with his legs. Take away his hands. When you're chasing Patrick Mahomes, go for his hands. Stop anything, because that's his magic. His magic is in his hands. Stop his hands. We know no people coach. Stop him. Gather their feet. Wrap up. They can't move no more. Not with Mahomes. He's a different animal. He's Patrick the Great. Stop his hands. Prevent his hands from moving. When you go to chase Pat, go for his hands. Don't go for nothing else. That's what kills you. You trying to stop him from running. You trying to get a hold of his waist to keep. It's not that. If his hands is free, he's going to make a play. If his hands are free, he's going to make a play. You have to stop his hands. That's what I would coach him. Just take his hands away, bro. Take his hands away. Like, just take his hands away, bro.
Next game, Carolina Panthers. Again, another surprise. Shout out to Sam Darnold.
I picked up the Seahawks. Come on, man. I thought the Seahawks was on a roll.
14 of 24 for 120 yards with a touchdown. Deontay Foreman, 21 carries for 74 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 14 for 71 with the touchdown. Raheem Blackshear, 4 for 32 with the touchdown. Sam Darnold, 40 for 30. Laviska Shenault, 4 receptions for 31 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 3 for 25. Terrence Marshall, 1 for 18. Shi Smith with 2 for 17. Blackshear, 1 for 17. Smith with the touchdown as well. Ian Thomas, 2 for 11. How Seahawks lost this game, I don't know. Geno Smith was 21 for 36, 64 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Travers Holmes was 9 for 26. Geno was 3 for 20. Marquise Goodwin, 5 for 95 with the touchdown. DK Metcalf, 5 for 71 with the touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 5 for 60 with a touchdown. Will Disley with 20 receptions after 2 receptions. Kobe Parkinson, 1 for 10. But yet, the Seahawks fell short, 24-30, falling 7-6 on the year. I'm not necessarily mad. Like, keep them off our heels. The Carolina Panthers, 5-8 since they replaced their head coach, since they relieved Baker of their duties. But
Baker made his.
Baker did go do workout.
Something.
Yeah.
Out there in the Rams. Yes, he did. 3 for 20. Who was 3 for 20?
3 for 20. 3 for 20. Geno Smith, rushing.
Oh, okay. That ain't bad. 7 carries, 7 yards a carry. That ain't bad.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. Geno,
I don't know.
Don't fall off now, Geno.
Yeah, but they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. So I just didn't think they would lose to Panthers in Seattle at 12th man stadium. I just didn't see that happening.
Because it's like the Bucs better watch it. The Bucs should.
Why should the Bucs? The Bucs just got blasted by the 49ers, bro.
The NFC West. I mean, NFC South is what the NFC East used to be. Speaking of that game, which Bishop was just talking about.
Of course, you would run into that. Of course,
let's go, Brock. You know what? Brock took that first snap and got walloped. Pow! He took a sack, blindside sack.
Yep.
Woke him up.
I thought he was done.
Salt.
I thought he was done. Salt. Yeah. I thought he was done. What?
Smelling salt, like, you know what I'm saying? Plus, it was it didn't really count for anything because it was a roughing the passer. Woke him up.
Yep.
Woke
him
up.
Him for targeting, but he woke up.
Buccaneers
came through.
Face off, hosted by the San Francisco 49ers. Tom Brady came back home for a short stint. Tom Brady, 34 for 55, 253 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Rachaad White, 13 carries for 56 yards. Leonard Fournette, 4 for 13. Tom Brady had 2 carries himself, but no yards. Chris Godwin, 5 receptions for 54 yards. Mike Evans, 4 for 44. Julio Jones got in 5 for 38. Leonard Fournette, 6 for 33. Kay Oden, 4 for 28. Rachaad White, 5 for 21. So he's throwing it all around the yard. Russell Gage, 2 for 12. Cameron Brate, 2 for 12. And a touchdown for Russell Gage.
But Tom Brady was throwing some trash. I watched that game. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from the 49ers, but Tom Brady played like trash. He had Mike Evans, he underthrew him. He had who else? He had somebody, I think he had somebody else down the sideline, had him beat, underthrew that. Tom is You're done. I have to say Trey was right. You're done. It's time to hang him up, bro. That's it.
Brock
It's
Purdy.
been good, but it's time to go, bro.
Brock Purdy, 16 for 21, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Johnson, 1 for 2, 10 yards in his as he relieved Brock. Uh, let's just be honest. This is the real reason why San Francisco is what they are right now. Christian McCaffrey, 14 carries, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. Jordan Mason, 11 for 56. Deebo Samuel, before going out, 4 for 21 with a touchdown. Ray McLeod, 3 for 7. Josh Johnson, 2 for 3. Brock Purdy, 2 for 3 himself with a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 2 receptions for 57 yards and a touchdown. Deebo Samuels, 4 for 43. Christian McCaffrey, 2 for 34 with a touchdown. George Kittle, 4 for 28. Unfortunately, George Kittle is seeing less and less and less and less. But he's a true teammate, and he's taking it. When his number's going to get called, it's going to get called. Kyle Juszczyk, 2 for 7. Danny Gray, 1 for 10. Jawan Jennings, 1 for 5.
I gotta say, man, CMC probably was the biggest addition now, especially
I think he's the comeback player of the year.
especially being that now that Debo went down and don't know when Debo's coming back.
He's out with an MCL, a sprained MCL, and it's a sprained MCL and sprain as well as a sprained ankle. So he's expected back later on in the season, a regular season. There's only 4 games, so he might miss 1 or 2 games and then come back. Or they probably gonna look at it and see where we're at that time. We just, for the most part, we have to just hold off. It'll be cool to. I mean, any case, we're not getting the number 1 seed. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
It would take a lot. Y'all basically have to lose out for us to get the number 1 seed.
Which that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, y'all would have to lose out, and we would have to win out for y'all to get for us to take the number 1 seed.
Right.
As well as what's called Minnesota. So right now it's of course y'all, Minnesota, and then San Francisco. And we're the lower of the two because of between the other 3 because we're on our backup quarterbacks. But Brock is not playing. Mr. Irrelevant. Whoo! In the word and pride. Whoo! Like Mr. Irrelevant. Don't play with him. Let's go, Brock. Don't let it get the big head. Continue to handle your business, bruh. I think I might have to get a Brock Purdy jersey.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Y'all gonna still be pulled up with a 13 on.
Here we go. Now we need a Brock Purdy jersey. Here we go.
Okay, maybe a Brock Purdy t-shirt. Jersey might be too far, too much.
Might be, maybe a little too soon.
Yeah, too soon. I ain't even got a Kaepernick jersey, but I am not getting a Brock Purdy before I get a Kaepernick. Yeah. But great job, Brock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
man. Nice game to Brock Purdy. Man, shouts out to Brock because he played a phenomenal game against the GOAT. So yeah. Man, shouts out to Brock.
2 more games. Of course, the Miami Dolphins.
Tua,
the Los Angeles Chargers. Tua, unfortunately, 10 for 28, 145 yards, and a touchdown. Rasheem Mostert, 11 for 37. Tua was 3 for 28. Jeff Wilson, when I need you the most, he goes out. Between him and Kyler Murray, man. 4 carries and 26 yards for Jeffrey Wilson. Tyreek Hill, 4 receptions for 81 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 for 31. Cedric Wilson, 2 for 19. Trent Sheffield, 1 for 7. Mossert, 1 for 7 as well. Just wasn't there for Dolphins for the most part. But they are still 8-5. The Chargers now 7-6, chasing, second in the division, only behind Kansas City. Justin Herbert, 39 for 51, 367 yards, 1 touchdown. With 3 seasons under his belt, Justin Herbert is the fastest to 13,000 yards. I wonder, is that going to be the consistency over the next 10 seasons? If he continues to do that, he'll have 130 yards passing. Like, that's wow. That's crazy. But we'll see. a lot goes. Like you can say it's a coach, Cornelius. Additionally, when you look at it, also they have a lot that defense that they were supposed to have wasn't vaunted as that we thought because we had a couple of injuries early. They're still without some of their top corners and all that type of stuff. What Philadelphia is what we thought we was going to see in Chargers in Los Angeles with the Chargers, but Philadelphia stayed healthy and made some moves, and
Major
San
move.
Diego didn't.
Major
Yeah.
move.
Austin Eckler, 15 for 45 and a touchdown. Joshua Kelly, 4 for 29. Justin Herbert was 4 for 8. Mike Williams back, 6 receptions, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Keenan Allen, 12 receptions for 92 yards. Austin Eckler, 8 for 59. Josh Palmer, 4 for 53. Jared Everett, 5 for 28. Stone Smart, Joshua Kelly, Trey McKitty, and DeAndre Carter, all 1 reception on the night. None with no more than 8 yards receiving. Um, is it over for Miami, or was that just a bump?
What's their record right now?
Currently 8-5.
Is it over for them as far as what? They're gonna make the playoffs.
Back in the playoffs again.
Yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs. I would definitely say that. They definitely gonna make the playoffs. I don't
They got the Bills. They got the Bills this week on Saturday.
Ooh.
To where if they beat them again, they can kind of change their misfortunes. They got the Packers, the Patriots, and the Jets. So they got a chance, I think.
Yeah. Packers.
They got a chance.
Jets. I see.
But they're in Buffalo though.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Buffalo. We just see what happened in Buffalo. It's expected to potentially be 4 to 6 inches of snow in Buffalo. The Dolphins against the Packers, but that's in Miami. They go to the Patriots. That's another one, and then then they back home against the Jets. So they got 2 home games remaining.
Yeah. Yeah. They well, yeah. Depends on who they face in that first round. Depends on who they face in that first round, in my opinion.
And then, of course, last night's game. Oh, well, not last night's game. Well, yeah, it is
It was
last
last
night's
night.
game. Yeah, last night's game.
Patriots.
Yes, Patriots and Cardinals. I needed Murray, man.
And he went out.
I should have went ahead and started it.
Third play in the game. Still ain't hurt none either. Injury knee on third snap of the game. So for the non-con, we'll have more tests. Oh, he just having tests today. They still haven't said AC. Little doubt that ACL is torn though. That's what they're saying right now. They haven't said so. Currently, he's under test. He's going under
It's
testing.
not a good look when it's a non-contact.
Yeah. And if y'all didn't see it, he was in tears. He was in tears. He put the whole towel over their head. And you think he's out for the year? That
probably wasn't that bad a look. He probably was like, "Hell yeah, I'm finna be on MW for show now. I'm finna get my prestige up." Cardinals, Colt McCoy came in 27 of 40, 246 yards with the interception. Murray was 1 for 1 with 9 yards. James Conner, 15 carries. Damn it, James. 85 yards and a touchdown. That was my coffin. That was my nail.
Ooh, James Conner?
Yeah, and that's who MBB. Remember I told you MBB had him. The Colts, McCoy, 5 for 24. Kyler Murray was 1 for 3 before going down. DeAndre Hopkins, 7 receptions for 79 yards. Robbie Anderson, 4 for 50. Marquise Brown, 4 for 34. James Conner, 6 for 29. That contribute. That's another 8 points right there. Trey McBride, 3 for 28. Corey Clement, 1 for 21. 2 for 7 was Anderson. The Patriots, however, their defense vaulting. Mac Jones, 24 for 35. 235 receiving, 1 interception. Pierre Strong Jr., 5 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. Kevin Harris, 8 for 26 with the touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson was 3 for 8, but did go down with the injury. Hunter Henry,
they had 6 injuries last night, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like 6, 7 total?
Mm-hmm. 3 receptions for 70 yards for Hunter Henry. Kendrick Bourne was 5 for 47. Nelson Aguilar, 5 for 32. Tyquan Thornton, 4 for 28. Devontae Parker, 2 for 24. He was another one that went down.
Yep.
Pierre Strong Jr., 2 for 20. Marcus Jones was 1 for 2. John Smith and Ramondre Stevenson, 2 receptions, 2 yards. The Patriots 7-6 currently on the year. The Arizona Cardinals, Patriots threw screens every other play almost.
Yeah,
That's what
they
works
did.
for them.
That's one of Bill Belichick's favorite plays. They love those screenplays, and I think that's the way to keep Mac Jones. Is it Mac Jones? Which I get him in Mac Jones, right?
Yeah, Mac Jones.
Hold on, Murray. No, they haven't said he's out for the year yet. They haven't. They have all right. All we heard right now so far, Leslie, is that he's going through tests. They haven't said, and they say it's not likely that it's torn. His ACL is not. It's not likely that it's an ACL tear. So it hasn't been said yet. But like Trey said, when it's a non-contact injury, those are happen to be the worst, though. A lot of times, those do happen to be the worst.
So
But
if we were to take a look at the playoff picture now, currently there has only been one team in the league that has clinched the playoff spot. That is the Philadelphia Eagles.
okay,
Currently clinched.
don't you disrespect him? What? Man, see how this dude be doing, man. He knew good and well it wasn't no Los Angeles team, no California team. It wasn't but one team that they posted all over the universe that had clinched the spot, and that was my beloved Eagles. That was one team. That was it. He talking about, man, stop it.
The Eagles are out. Currently.
See, there you go again.
I'm sorry.
There you go again.
The Eagles are the only clinched team currently. 6 other spots currently up for grabs in the NFC. Currently number in the hunt, of course, the Vikings currently sit at the number 2 slot. The 49ers at the number 3. Number 4, the Buccaneers, even at 6 and 7, they are in their slot. Number 5, the Cowboys at 10 and 3. The Washington Commanders at number 6. And the New York Giants at number 7. So currently, right now, the Giants, the Commanders, the Cowboys, and the Eagles, the whole NFC East.
Tell them again. Tell them again.
Is in the playoffs. The only thing that's stopping them is the fact that the division champion gets a berth. So currently, we got that. But of course, on the bubble, we have the Seattle Seahawks, and then the Lions are chasing. The Packers are still on the bubble. The Carolina Panthers still have statistically can get in, as well as the Rams, Saints, Cardinals, and Atlanta. So everyone isn't done yet, but it's clearly pretty close. I guess we're going to start seeing the weed out this weekend. Of course, additionally, on the opposite side of the spectrum in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills lead the AFC at 10 and 3. They're the number 1 seed. The Chiefs come in at number 2 because of a tiebreaker where the Bills beat the Chiefs. They hold the tiebreaker. The Baltimore Ravens and the Titans bring up the 3 and 4 for their divisions. The Cincinnati Bengals are 5. 6, the Miami Dolphins and the Patriots currently have an opportunity to get in as they're 7 and 6. The bubble teams, however, the Los Angeles Chargers, who are coming on strong, the New York Jets, the Jacksonville Jaguars have a chance. So does the Raiders, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Colts. However, 3 teams currently eliminated from contention: the Houston Texans, who are now expected to be the number 1, get the number 1 draft pick, unless they're able to win a couple of the next 4 games. The Chicago Bears and the Denver Broncos. Interestingly enough, Bishop, currently who has the 5th seed in the NFL draft this coming year?
We do. Yes, sir. All because of that great old guy that they call Carson Wentz. Thank you. Yes, we 12 and 1. We about to go to the Super Bowl, baby. And we got the 5th pick in the 2023 draft. Bruh, it's lovely over here. It is lovely over here. Let's go. And for your question, but question is, Anthony Price asked, do you bring back Kyler Murray
No,
after
let
this injury.
let him go ahead and get his prestige up.
Mm.
There's no reason to.
Even after the way Colt McCoy has been playing in Kyler's absence.
Yeah, it's no reason to
I
bring
didn't know Colt
Murray
had been.
back.
I didn't even know he was still in the league. He's been in the
Yeah,
league since 2010. I did
I
not
gotta
know
go
that.
find. I gotta go find another quarterback. Oh, you know
Uh,
what? No, I don't. I don't need him now.
that's
I'm out.
good. That's what you get for holding on to Kyler Murray like that. See what happens? See, God don't like ugly. See, he up there holding quarterbacks to keep people from getting them, and look what happened. Look, you know, see, God don't like ugly. Do you trade that pick for
I
more?
should. You know what? It's probably
It all depends, Anthony. Hold that thought, Trey. In regards to our pick, do we trade it? It all depends. Right now, the way our team is set up, we really not lacking in no areas. Now, if we were, we wouldn't necessarily need to trade up for anything because the only person that I could possibly see leaving, possibly, is Kelsey. Because Kelsey's up there, he's getting up there in age. He's a veteran. Um, not a veteran, but well, a he's old school. He's been there. He's been in Philly for a while. So, which I'm sure they got somebody already in mind to back him up. But yeah, I don't know if we trade up for that pick. It all depends. Right now, our offense and our defense is looking pretty damn good, to be honest. So I don't
Would
know.
y'all even would y'all waste that pick on a interior lineman? That is
That's what
that.
I'm saying. We wouldn't need to. That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't need to. Now, would we allow somebody to take over that pick to get future picks, first round picks later on? May possibly. It all depends. But again, we know how we all know what happens after we win the Super Bowl. After we win the Super Bowl, we lose people, coaches, or not coaches, but general managers and stuff like that. They get rid of the key players. Like it'd be dumb if we was to get rid of AJ Brown or somebody like that or something stupid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we just have to see. I hope not though. I hope we don't do nothing stupid with that pick because we do have the 50. I saw that. It's crazy that Trey asked that or asked me that question because I just looked at it the other day. That's how I knew for sure. Because I was like, damn, we got the 5th pick in the first round. I was like, oh, Carson Wentz when we traded his butt to the Colts. I forgot. Yes. Thanks, Carson. Now you over somewhere else in Washington. You didn't even last in Indian.
He got injured. Guy, come on, y'all
And
see
now,
that?
and now you might be losing your job in Washington too. The same way you lost it in Philly.
So currently with the power rankings, seeing staying at NFL.com, the Houston Texans are 32nd, of course, with the worst record is expected. I don't
But they
know
almost beat
who you think is the top pick for them. Do you think a quarterback? Do they waste it on a
Oh yeah,
quarterback? Do they?
they go
It's
quarterback.
a quarterback heavy draft though. I
It
think
is.
they might go.
That's why it's a win-win for them. For them, it's a win-win. It's a win-win for them because yeah, like if they was to take Caleb, if they was to take Duggins, if they was to take old boy from Alabama, like they're in a
Oh,
win-win.
Caleb not coming out. He gonna get a
Oh, he's not.
Caleb was not coming out. Nah, he said they got unfinished business. It sounds good, but I think he's coming back to try to win a championship next year.
That's not gonna happen. But anyway, he should go ahead and come out. But anywho,
The
a D lineman, Sue ain't gonna be there next year. You right. You right. Adamika Sue, you right. He probably
they got
won't be
old
there.
dude.
We
Still
still
got
got
Jordan Davis.
Davis. We still got Davis. Yeah.
He just lost
He was
weight and
just hurt.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just hurt.
Indianapolis Colts are number 31.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce
Bryce
Young
Young
to
for you.
Houston.
That's what I
I don't
said.
know.
I
Denver
said it,
Broncos
Bryce
are
Young.
number 30 at 29. The Arizona Cardinals at 28. The Chicago Bears at 27. The New Orleans Saints at 26. The Los Angeles Rams at 25. The Atlanta Falcons 24. The Pittsburgh Steelers still have an opportunity to finish above 500. Cleveland Browns at 23. At
Can they
22, the
finish
Green
that
Bay
above
Packers.
500 or they can finish at 500?
No, they can finish above 500. They have to win
Okay.
all 4 games, though. It's even
Okay.
4. Win all 4. If they lose one, they're going to finish under 500.
Okay.
Uh, the Green Bay Packers are 22. 21, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I wonder, does Green Bay sit Aaron down? They particularly can get into. They still can go over 500 too. I wonder, do they sit him down?
But they still in the hunt, aren't they?
Yeah, they're sharing the hunt.
No, they can't sit them down there. Not if they still in the hunt.
If they lose one,
Not
they're
in my
going to come
opinion.
down. I think
Yeah, if
Tampa
they, yeah,
Bay.
yeah, yeah.
Tampa Bay currently at 21. The Panthers at 20, and they're climbing. New York's at 19 and falling. The Las Vegas Raiders at 18. Derek Carr, trash. Jacksonville at 17. 16, the Seahawks. Number 15, the Tennessee Titans. At number 14, the Washington Commanders. The New England Patriots move up at number 13. The Jets drop to number 12. At number 11, the Miami Dolphins moving into the top 10. At number 10, we have the Detroit Lions at number 10 in the
That's
power
crazy.
rankings.
That's
Much
crazy.
respect given.
I
The
told you.
Los the Los Angeles Rams, the Los Angeles Chargers move up 9 spots to number 9. The Baltimore Ravens move up to number 8. The Minnesota Vikings fall 1 spot. Finally, they're exposed. The Dallas Cowboys fall 4 spots in a win. They go from number 2 to number 6 in the NFL.com power rankings, which means the Kansas City Chiefs move up to number 5. The Buffalo Bills hold fast at number 4. At number 3, the Cincinnati Bengals are holding fast at number 3. But how about them Niners? Quest
Number
for
2.
6. Number 2 in the power rankings, the San Francisco 49ers up from number 7 to number 2, just behind the
Yes, sir.
Philadelphia Eagles, who
Yes, sir.
hold fast at number 1 with
Let's
the
go.
top seed, with the
Let's
top
go.
record in the NFL.
Let's go.
Who y'all got? Let me see. How can we catch y'all?
Y'all can't. You talking about who we got left? Who we got left?
Mm-hmm.
We got the Bears next week, like I told you before. We got the
Bears, Cowboys, and Eagles. Bears and Bears, Cowboys, and New York.
in the Saints. No, we got Saints too on the first.
Oh yeah.
With the Saints on the first. Yeah. Ain't no yeah.
Y'all could potentially only lose one of those.
Potentially, and that's Dallas.
Yeah.
If anything, yeah. That part.
Of course, on the other side of the spectrum, when you look at the power ranking per ESPN, let's see where they got everybody at. Of course, I think it's a no-brainer. The Houston Texans at 32. At number 31, the Denver Broncos. 30, the Chicago Bears. At 29, the Los Angeles Rams. 28, the Colts. The 27, the Arizona Cardinals. 26, the New Orleans Saints. To think of the year we think these people had. Carolina Panthers at number 25. At number 24, the Cleveland Browns. At 23, the Las Vegas Raiders. Another one disappointing. At 22, the Atlanta Falcons. 21, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Which
At
one is
20,
this?
the ESPN.
Okay.
Green Bay Packers at 20. At 19, the Jacksonville Jaguars climbing, of course. Tampa Bay drops their number 18 this week. The Detroit Lions at number 17. At number 16, the New York Giants. 15, the New England Patriots. At 14, the Tennessee Titans holding on. At 13, the Washington Commanders continue to hold on. At number 14, the New York Jets. At number 11, the Seattle Seahawks as we get into the top 10. At number 10, the Los Angeles Chargers. At number 9, the Baltimore Ravens. At number 8, the Miami Dolphins. Number 7, the Cincinnati Bengals. Number 6, the Minnesota Vikings. At number 5, the San Francisco 49ers. 4, the Dallas Cowboys.
They got the 49ers at 5?
Yeah. 3, the Buffalo Bills. 2, the Kansas City Chiefs. And 1, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have the second ranked offense and number 1 ranked defense. That's what they're saying?
That part,
How?
yes, sir.
No.
What do you mean how? What do you mean how? What do you mean how? What do you mean
For
how?
one, the 49ers are the number 1 ranked defense, but they have them second ranked and 6th ranked offense, 5th on special teams. What's y'all special teams? Number 20. Your special teams is trash. But y'all 1 and 2 respectively on offense and defense, which
That
makes
part.
sense. 1 and 15 for defense for
That part.
if you lost last week and you still shouldn't be over someone who won.
If that's the case, when we should have been number one for a long time. If that's the case,
Y'all holding on to that mug right now, though. Once
yeah,
y'all got there,
yeah, we should hold it all the way out. In my opinion, we should hold it all the way out without question.
this week, of course, as we get closer, of course, this week is going to be. We already know one game on Thursday, 3 games on Saturday, then the rest of the games on Sunday. Oh well,
Why
I
are they
think
playing
one
them
of
games on Saturday? Is there something? I'm missing? It ain't
mm-mm.
playoffs yet.
Yeah, they start. They start. I think because next week they. I don't know if there's going to be any more Thursday night games because at some point in the year Thursday night drops off. I don't know if Monday night is
Right.
going to drop off as well,
Oh, okay.
but Thursday night is about to drop off.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I saw that earlier, or I saw that yesterday. It was like 3 games on Saturday. I was like, what? Are the playoffs already started? Wild cards?
Mm-mm.
I knew we had at least 2, 3 games left.
So week 15, like you said, yeah, Monday night game is. I think this is also. Let's see. No, it still continue. Yeah, they start to double up because of course there's going to be the majority of the games are going to be on Saturday next week for
Right.
Christmas Eve with 3 games on Sunday night. You know what? They should be flexing. They should be flexing us. We should be on a Monday night. We should have been a Sunday night game for the prime time. But so it's going to be it's going to be 2 night games next week. As it's going to be a Saturday night game and a Sunday night game.
Oh, okay.
15, 16. And then week 17, there's
Some
no.
league and fantasy. Yes, sir. That's right, Anthony. You're absolutely right about that part, sir. Some league and fantasy playoff starts this weekend. Yes, sir. You're right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was just telling my LB man. I was telling him, past couple of seasons, these guys, in which I played with one guy right here next to me. They was talking. Oh yeah, Bishop, you ain't no good at fantasy. Mind you, the past 2 seasons, I was having technical difficulties with my system. I couldn't do the draft. I couldn't even get on my roster to do. I couldn't get on my roster or anything. So for 2 seasons, I was sucking because I couldn't adjust my roster or anything. I said, but I told him this year. I told him if I'm able, my internet is right and everything is working like it's supposed to, and I'm able to get on the draft, and I'm able to adjust my lineups, it's gonna be a whole new ball game. And guess what, gentlemen? It's a new ball game. One league I'm 12-2, the other league I'm 11-3. Ask your boy about me. I told you when it come time, this guy here, Trey, my frat brother Savvy, excellent brother Savvy, and excellent brother Absolute. Them was the 2 main ones that was talking noise. Main ones. Oh, MEB, Guess what? I ain't even heard from Absolute. Absolute, he is non-existent. This dude is non-existent. He's not. At least Trey, he's still, he's still making a run. The Absolute is non-existent, bro. I told y'all when my stuff is right, I'm gonna be in this thing, and I'm in both leagues. Both leagues. I tried to tell y'all in the beginning that when I'm right, I'm gonna be in it, and I'm in it. 12-2. I'm playing just like
And
my
a
Eagles was
bye.
playing.
And a bye.
That part.
In both seasons.
Both
So
leagues.
all you do is sit back and watch and see who's coming.
Just watch and see who's coming, baby. I told y'all I'm coming. I told y'all. I tried to tell y'all. I'm following in the Eagles' footsteps, man. They got a better record than me, but I'm right there with them, man. I'm right there with them. I'm leading the divisions. Let's go.
So shout out to Melissa, the only female. Well, it was her and Key. Melissa made it to the quarterfinals. She won the division. So, as a matter of fact, she has to go.
Melissa. You said Melissa, right?
Yeah.
I think Melissa beat me one week.
Yeah, she beat you. She
beat me one week.
But the second time around, I beat her, and now I get another opportunity to try to beat her.
Yeah, she beat me one week. Next year, trade do defense players for the next draft. Now, see that them leagues I don't like. I don't like that defense. I follow defense and stuff like that, but it's hard to pick when it comes to defense.
Anthony faces off against Ron, him and for the quarterfinals. So that winner will play against the winner of Ron and this week, and Anthony would play against Jovi or Coach Paris, and then the winner of me and Melissa play against Bishop. See, I owe him. Like I said, it's redemption. It's redemption. I gotta get Melissa again, and then come around the corner.
Get past Melissa first, though. Yeah, you gotta get past Melissa first, though. To come see me.
But you know who our starting quarterback is?
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
Ooh!
I think I caught him at the wrong.
That's why she beat me. That's right.
Because Jalen went off.
That's right. She went off because she beat me because she had Jalen Hurts. That's right. That's exactly how she beat me. She sure did. She had Jalen Hurts, and I was sick. I was so sick. That's right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at right now.
But in our league, I have Jalen. I have Jalen in our league. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. In that league, yeah. I'm talking about. I say our league. I'm talking about our league in the frat league. I got Jalen in the fantasy. Yeah. This is.
And I barely got in it. I squeaked into that. So I went from having a bye to now having to play. But I'm going to try to make short work of that and then go on from there. So it's still no thing. In Ron League, I fell to Ron. He knocked me out the playoffs first round.
Oh, I think in Ron League, I don't think I'm in
all
that.
Because I didn't have my quarterback. My quarterback wasn't ready.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on. Ron and
my quarterback wasn't ready. It was unfortunate. So yeah, he knocked me off.
Is Garoppolo out for the season?
Yes. No, they expect him to come back. They expect him to come back, but I mean, by the time he come back, it'll be at the end. It won't be effective enough, so you're going to have to find another quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But you got a week, so you that's a luck up for you. You get 2 weeks to find a quarterback to help you out. So
I was in it the last 3 weeks. Waddle let me down. ETN let me down. Yeah, Waddle done kind of fell off. I got Waddle in one of my league too. Jalen Waddle.
You did this to him.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I do that.
You beat.
Oh,
you sent them.
Oh, yeah, Zach. Sorry about that, Zach. Yeah. You know, hey, you win some, you lose some, bro. But I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I ain't, no hard feelings, Fred. No hard feelings.
Yeah. So the playoffs, of course, like you said in the other one. You have you are the number 1 seed with a bye. The number 2 seed was ISO. He got the number 2 seed.
Really? ISO?
Yeah, he got the number 2. Yeah, so he has a bye.
Wow. ISO got wow.
Yeah, because when Hypnos beat me, ISO won his, and he's the higher seeded division champion between the two of us. Like, I'm a division champion. Don't get it twisted. I'm a division champion. But ISO just beat me out at 9-5, and I was 8-6. So I play against Neor. I play him, and then Herc and Hypnos play. Shout out to Hypnos, his first year playing fantasy football, a 5th seed.
That's pretty good
in the playoffs.
First time ever playing. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah. Real quick for you fantasy people too. See, it's crazy. Rich AP, you ain't on here today. But you talked all that noise, Rich AP. You talking about how you was gonna do something to me, and I beat the brakes off you, 119-94. Rich AP, where you at? You 6-8. You didn't make the playoffs. It scrubbed you on up off the list, like I was gonna do. Like really, dude, stop it. Like you came out talking all that noise, like y'all just like you thought how y'all was gonna tear up the Houston Texans, and they almost beat y'all. Yeah, I ain't forgot about that, Rich AP, Applewhite. I ain't forgot about that.
So, of course, as we come to out here, the little tune in the background, that means we're getting closer to the show. But be sure to tap in tomorrow. It's going down. If you was on Friday, y'all heard the conversation between myself, the con man, Commissioner Myers, and a couple other people, where I was the only man standing all by myself in this debate. So we're gonna put it on center stage. Just like we talked about NFL all day today, it's going down with basketball all day. Tomorrow, Commissioner Myers will be on, the comment will be on, Bishop should be on, Ron should be on, myself, of course, and maybe your mother. I'm going to see if I can get coordinated. I need some people to argue this point with me. The conversation, of course, so you can get your mind right, so you can be able to get in the conversation too, is if it was a couple of conversations. One, if Magic Johnson, Larry Bird,
Is it this? Let me see something.
and Michael Jordan all were on the same team, would they win the 88 through 93 championship? I beg to differ. I don't think so. But it was a lot of people that had a lot to say, saying, oh, no, Trey, you know what I'm saying, what you smoking, you know, all that type of stuff, everything. We're going to talk about that. Of course, additionally.
Can we go out with this? Can we go out with this right here, though, Trey, real quick?
Go ahead.
We can definitely keep it up for tomorrow, bring it into tomorrow.
Yes, what's up? Oh, I think I know what it is. Oh, no, I didn't know that. What is that? Let me see. Hold on. Let me open my screen up. Oh. G5, cut 5.
To build the ultimate starting lineup. We got 4 of the top centers to ever grace the hardcore.
Keep 5, cut 5.
Keep 5, cut 5. Yeah, buddy. We in basketball tomorrow. Y'all be sure to stay tuned for that. That's coming too. Because I say this last week because I knew it was going to come up. I say this last week. I had this saved last week because when I got back, I was going to put this up. So since we talking basketball, y'all look at it. Look at it now. It'll be up again tomorrow since we're going to be on basketball.
That's so unfair.
That is very unfair. It's very unfair. But let's talk about it.
We definitely going to talk about it tomorrow. So be sure to tap in. Y'all know what it is. 09 to 1100 hours.
Anthony said that's hard.
It is. So we're going to see. We're going to go ahead. We're going to have so y'all had a chance. It's like the test. You got a chance to study for it before we get the answers.
Yep.
Come with your thinking caps on. We got plenty to
all
talk
NBA,
about tomorrow.
all the NBA coaches,
NBA
players,
tomorrow.
all of y'all. We need all of y'all on here tomorrow, man. We
Let's
need all
go.
y'all.
Whole
We need y'all around
conversation.
tomorrow. Basketball. Let's go.
It's all love. We greatly appreciate y'all checking in with us with high speeds, falling in the formation, never being late. No 48-56 today. Let's see how we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go. Y'all have a great Tuesday. Y'all be safe. We'll holler back at y'all tomorrow.
Morning, Herman. See you tomorrow. Tap in tomorrow.
Cyro 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all have a good Tuesday. Peace. Roll 5.